when God shows up, make sure you're ready. Amen. Be ready when He shows up. When God shows up, expect the unexpected. When God shows up, know that things may change. When God shows up, seasons may change. When God shows up, it might not look like what you expected it to look like. It might not look like what you thought it would look like. It might be unlike anything you've ever seen or experienced before. It might even require you to go away that you've never gone before. It might require you to do something you've never done before. It might require you to go in a way that you haven't been trained to go in. I want to encourage us to be ready for when God shows up. And I'm wanting to say God is about to show up for Go Christian Church. Are we ready? Are we ready? I love what Matthew 14 verse 25 to 27 says. It says, now in the fourth watch of the night, Jesus went to them walking on the sea. And when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were troubled, saying, it's a ghost. And they cried out in fear. They'd never seen something like that before. They didn't expect Jesus to show up like that. They didn't expect it to look like that. And so what happened? They were afraid. And Jesus said to them, be of good cheer. It is I. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. It didn't look like anything they'd seen. It didn't look like what they expected. And so they were afraid. And I love Peter's response in the midst of this situation. Verse 28, Peter says, Lord, if it's you, command me to come onto the water. And verse 29, Jesus says, come. And when Peter had come down out of the boat, it says he walked on the water to go to Jesus. I love Peter's heart. I love Peter's faith at that moment. And I believe this is a moment that we are in as a church, as Go Christian Church. I believe this is a moment that many of us in to recognize opportunities. Peter recognized the opportunity. I want to say to you right now that there are opportunities open. There is a season of change happening right now. Things are shifting. It is time to position ourselves differently. Lord, if it is you, command me to step out would be an appropriate prayer right now. And at this moment, certain natural laws were suspended. In that moment, in the moment that Peter stepped out in faith, certain natural laws were suspended. Things that had always happened didn't happen like they'd always happened when Peter chose to step out in faith. The way things had always been was shifted in that moment. And that is a moment that I believe we are entering into, we are around. There are things that are shifting. And I mentioned this in the offering message last Sunday to the Centurion Church. And the Lord was speaking clearly to me that it's a season for those with entrepreneurial ideas, those with an entrepreneurial unction to step out. It's a season for multiple streams of income to be created for people and kingdom financiers in our church. And it's a season for those with ideas of things they've wanted to plant or birth or start or run with, to do it. Now is the time, now is the season. And yeah, I think I just am praying, may the Lord help us to see these opportunities. May we see by the eyes of faith. Amen. May He help us to step out in faith. May He give us creative ideas, entrepreneurial ideas, may He pour out and flood our minds with His ideas. Amen.